Welcome to the Footy Super Show. And now, here's Will and Sam.
Welcome to the Footy Super Show. I'm your host, Will Callow, and always I am joined by the man that played 69 games for Adelaide, Carlton, round 9, 2013. Rising Star nominee.
Yeah, can't remember. It was that long ago.
Kerridge.
Thanks, mate. Good to be back again.
2 Brownlow votes that game.
Yeah, you know what?
24 disposals, 6 goals, and you can only get 2 votes.
It still haunts me to this day. And it was the era of, you know, when Paddy Dangerfield just used to vote, just poll votes.
Yep.
The same year, Tom Lynch has kicked 10 straight against Gold Coast. 10 straight. Who reckon got 3? Danger. Unbelievable. But no, thanks, mate. Good to be here. Just before we start, I love the intros every week, which is great. They seem to be a lot about me, though.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
I thought before we start each week, or this week anyway, it'd be good for the guests and the people watching at home to hear a bit of your story, mate. So I've done a bit of digging.
Oh, here we go.
And my friends,
Just be able to quickly.
a little bit of intel here. Obviously started, where'd you play your juniors?
Conduit Barham Raiders.
Just for a few years there, just toiled away.
Yep. Played there till I was 19 or 20.
Yeah, and then where to?
Went out to Wandella.
Wandella?
Yep.
Yeah.
When you were here,
Give us a rundown there at Wandella.
fell in love. There was a girl. There was a girl out there.
Yeah, okay.
Who was now my wife.
Yes.
Yeah. Went out there and, played a kick.
Couple of flags.
Yeah.
So you're playing down a little bit. Couple of flags, though. Let's be serious. Couple of flags at Wandella.
Yeah, we had a very successful period out there at Wandella.
What years were that?
8, 9, 10.
Now, I'm also here that you may have come off with a bit of extra silverware in one of those. Was there a BOG in one of them?
Yeah, maybe in 09. Yeah.
Maybe in 09.
Yeah.
Jeez, were you that good you can't remember?
I can't remember what I did last week, let alone that stuff.
A couple of flags at Wandella, which was great.
Yep.
Balls in one.
Yep.
And then there was a year where you did your knee.
2010, did me knee.
And they're saying you would have been the difference because I think you went on to lose that one.
No, I won that one.
You won that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so my intel's wrong. Beautiful. Okay. Thanks for that.
So is this how you feel every week I pump you up? Because I don't feel
Well, I just thought it'd be good for the people to work out and find a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
Which is good. So
Lunchtime leagues versus big time leagues.
now, I've got to mention someone here. Now, I could be wrong, but I need you to explain a little bit to me. Who's Josh Dwyer?
Geez, who have you been talking to? You've gone to the depths. You've gone to the depths. There's Josh Dwyer. Josh Dwyer, yeah, he was actually, funny enough, I played cricket with Josh growing up as the thing, but he was an opposition player. He used to play against.
Good player?
Yeah, he was handy.
Who, bit of a battle there from all reports?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he have some good tussles.
he used to tell it.
The silver word.
Okay, beautiful. And then you make your way to Ripple.
Yep.
And what unfolded from there?
For me, it was all about connection. So I actually went to kindergarten in Barham with Michael Condodorio, of all people. And
The scary thought.
played a bit of footy with Mick, and then their family shifted up here, and he got wind that I was moving to town, and he sent me a message saying, if you play for anyone else but Orimple, I'll have to bash you.
You're in trouble.
And I sent back, hey, Nick, I hope you've run into that oversized head you had as a kid. So that's how I ended up at Orimple.
2 flags at Orimple.
2011, my first year with one flag.
Yeah, 2017.
D Burns, yep.
So you've gone Wandella, 2 flags.
Yep.
You've come to Orimple, 2 flags.
Yep.
Now, there's a special one here because this could be a bit of a laugh. I'm told that 2011, your first year, you've kicked a local who's been there forever.
I know where you're so that's going from now. I know where
essentially you've cost him a medal around his neck and he's never lived it down.
Hello, Glenn. How we going, mate?
Sorry.
Yes.
Is it true?
Yeah, so Glenn was at the Towers.
Stiff Glenn Pacira.
Yeah, so there's obviously two sides to the story.
Yep,
so
beautiful.
I was coming off a knee, Rico.
Yep.
I got back in 9 months, hobbling around on one leg, and they thought this bloke's better on one leg than playing Glenn. So I got the nod. So
there you go. So Mondella is a junior, Mondella is a senior, 4 flags, 2 there, 2 at Orimpal, and then obviously co-coach last year.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's not a bad resume. That's real Callow, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. That's very uncomfortable, but thanks for that, and thanks to Glenn for the stitch up. But we move on, mate, because we've got a massive show tonight.
We do, huge.
On tonight's show, we go through Defender of the Week, everybody's favourite segment, quickfire questions with your good self. Special guest tonight, Brad Valance, Premiership coach from Imperials and superstar formerly of Oyen.
The timing couldn't be any worse.
You boys lost on the weekends. So we're going to recap the completion of round 1. It's sort of a little bit all over the show.
Weird, isn't it? How you going?
It's strange, but we're going to recap the completion of round 1. We're going to preview the rounds ahead, and we've got a massive show. So let's get stuck into the Footy Super Show. Let's take a look at the highlights of the round that was, thanks to our friends at Sunraysia Football Netball League and Barry Plant. The Tigers made the trek down to John James Oval down in Robinvale, and they showed it up for the fights.
They did. Huge game under lights, mate, which was great to see. We'll take a look here at, obviously, Utica. Big day.
Yeah, filled his boots. 32
huge.
That's a big day out.
It is a big day out, mate, which is great. But it's funny, the first 2 rounds, Robinvale been into half time, or 3/4 time, and then they've fallen away.
Yeah, they're part of the fleet-footed gang, these ones. So they like to chip the ball on those 45s. They really like to use the ball, cross half back, pick their way through. But as we roll over now, mate, this man here, your favourite saying, stuffing the stats sheet, Oxley.
What's he at?
49.
49.
49 disposals.
Huge day out for anyone at any level, I would have thought. So
it's about a month's worth of work for me.
The rate I'm going, it may be even more. But no, look, he's had a bit of a field day there, which is... he's a good player. Probably should get a little bit more attention, but he's going to rack him up, isn't he? So it's just about limiting his impact.
Interesting in this game, Robinvale had plus 26 clearances. But our man right here, kicking the snags, Jake Reed's kicking on return.
If he's not bowling 140 clicks, he's kicking bags for fun.
Look at this. Oh. Goes in long to Reed on the lead up. Good pick up from the big fella. The bit turn up and the finish.
Shut the door.
Give us something.
Where's the celly?
Oh,
no.
Just a nice little lace-out lead up there.
But no, look, he'll obviously straighten them up nicely. Been a bit of a tall timber, which they lacked last year. How's a big man taking a clunk and just pointing at the
loves it too.
Save it, boys.
Absolutely loves it. Hey, Jack Parker played well in this game too as well. He had 33 disposals.
Huge. Well done to the Richmond Tigs, the Redcliffe Tigs to get over the line there. Huge win for their season.
Well, let's have a look at the game between the D's and Imperials.
Do we have to?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
They're saying no Kerridge, no D's. Damning stat. Imperials plus 40 contested possessions, mate. They absolutely beat you up.
They did. And you know what? We knew that the contested footy was a big focus of theirs, and their will and what not throughout 4 quarters was much greater than ours. But our man Benny Hurley, as you mentioned, or we talk about in your honourable mentions for Defensive Player of the Week.
It's a bit stiff.
A little bit stiff?
It's a bit stiff. He's had 34. He's had 34 disposals. He's had a day out.
Very good.
But he is your general. He's a very, very important piece of your puzzle as well, and a lot of them feed off. The Evergreen, our man, we just keep talking this bloke into form, but ours has had 21 or 22 disposals again.
He's gone back-to-back bogs.
Yeah.
After you clipped him a couple of weeks ago.
Mate, that's what we're here for. We provide a service, and the man, as like Brad Valance, you'll come on the show tonight, he'll attest to. He just reckons he buzzes around, runs on like he's a 21-year-old man. So good on him. He's out there having a crack, and he's performing very well early in the season.
He's a very good player.
Some good highlights there, but it's now time for us to take a deep dive into the match of the round between Wentworth and Merbein. Young Much, you got a bit of the ball to start the proceedings out there, mate?
He did, mate. 29 for the day, I believe, which is a nice little outing, but wasn't this a good game? I tell you what, Mermaid is stiff.
Absolute cracker. Do you want to hear some stats?
I do. Give them to me.
Yeah.
Give them to me.
31 plus contested possessions for Mermaid in this game, plus 14 in clearances. And plus 7 inside 50s. If you're ticking those 3 key metrics, you're winning most games of football. But what do we learn in this game?
Because how much they lose by in the end? 20-odd points.
Yep.
Which,
25, well, math's correct.
like you said, with those stats there and those numbers, take away the scoreboard, you're going to win more often than not, aren't you? So
9-14 to 14-9.
It's not great kicking, which is hard, but your man, is there a bit of a man crush here?
Yeah, absolutely. We had all in here pumping him up, and he's gone back to back to back. And this is what we want to see. This is what this platform's all about. We want to get these young blokes up and about playing the best football they can. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the league, but he is flying early, young hooker.
He is, and he's going to be a handful for everyone week in, week out, which is great to see.
But the Wenny boys got their mojo back too, mate.
They did.
This game as well. This big man.
He did. And I tell you what, if he's kicking snags, when are you going to win more games than they lose? So it's good to see him back fit and healthy and kicking bags.
Yeah, he ends up with 4 snags for the night. Big focal point for him. Obviously, just an absolute, if you're a coach, you'd love to have one sitting down forward, and obviously got Wally sitting behind the ball as well. But look, he's a handful. And when he's up and about, you know who else pops up? Who's probably gets the second defender is Wade Hancock. So he also popped up on the weekend with snags of his own.
He did. Are they the best 1-2 combo in SFNL at the moment? Or in general, for that matter?
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got to be close
maybe
together.
right up there for sure. I think they probably do take the mantle, don't they? But when these two boys are firing, Wentworth are generally winning.
They're a completely different side. So if they're kicking 8 a game, they're going well. Between them, that is.
Absolutely. But, hey, I wouldn't be too disappointed if I was Mermaid because they did a lot right.
They did.
And if they keep to that brand and they keep consistent around these key metrics, they're going to win a lot more games than they lose.
You spot on, mate.
Kerridge, the stats don't lie. Interesting contest, that one between Wentworth and Merbein, but good kicking is good football. And if you take the opportunities, you kick those goals.
Absolutely.
The stats don't lie. Merbein were in it to their eyeballs. They couldn't get on the scoreboard.
Huge. And when he needed that badly. So hopefully that might be a little bit of a kick in the gear for him, and away they go.
Yep, it's definitely shaping up to be a fantastic season. But now we roll into everybody's second favourite segment, Defender of the Week.
Now,
some might say contentious.
There's a bit of theme to this show at the moment, especially in today's episode, because I've had a look at our special guests and we've obviously mentioned who's coming in, and then I'm just reading the Defender of the Week here.
Yep. No, I know you're a D's man through and through, and there was some very honourable mentions from the weekend. So your man Hurls, 34 disposals on the weekend and 13 marks.
Yep.
The only criteria you've got to tick, though, you've got to defend, and a good defence means you're going to win the game. So you've lost Hurls, so you've been dudded.
Stiff, mate.
And I pose to you, mate, if he's having 34 disposals, you aren't winning too many games if the ball's down that hard of the ground.
No, you're probably right.
So
you're probably right.
I've ticked him on for the list, give him an honourable mention.
In saying that, the guy you're about to name also had a very good game.
Yes.
A very worthy winner.
The brothers for Imperials were amazing.
They were.
Weekend,
they did.
They
very
went
good.
a long, long way into them getting the result they did. Another honourable mention to the older brother in Riley Buntain.
Stiff, mate.
16 disposals, 10 marks. Fantastic job back there. But the Defender of the Week goes to his younger brother in Tallis Buntain, 26 disposals. He's stuffed the stat sheet, right? 9 rebound 50s, 9 marks, and he's had 13 contested disposals in that 26. So to me, it's not the glitz and glam and the intercept disposals. It's the head over the trough stuff and the ball's there to be won. He was there fighting tooth and nail. So Tallis Buntain, you are my Defender of the Week. So we reach straight to our ladder.
It's huge. It's starting to see a few moves at the moment, aren't we?
I can't predict it. I can't. The only stable thing in this, mate, Sth Mildura sitting on top still. You guys have gone up a position. Mildura gone into second this week. Merbein sitting in third. Wentworth in fourth. I rimpled back to fifth from Oyen. Imps. Then we've got Redcliffs. And if you told me that Robin Bow will be sitting on bottom of the ladder after 2 games, I couldn't have guessed it.
I'm not sure our man Donnie has slept much in the last few days.
No.
Or weeks for that matter.
No, you wouldn't have. It's a lonely place when you're not winning.
It is.
It's hard. It is hard.
And especially start the season when so much hype's been around the 0-2. They'll get better.
Yeah.
They'll get better, mark my words.
For sure. I believe you've got a bit of an update on the netball.
I do.
Too, mate.
Obviously, we are huge netball results at the moment and a bit of a upside down ladder, but Rob Mail sitting on top.
Yeah.
The team to beat by the looks of it, which is good. Followed by Wenny, Sth Mildura and IU.
Yep.
And then Mildura round out the 5. Oripple in 6th with Merbein, Redcliffe and Imps to big improvers on the weekend. Pushed our girls who obviously beat Wentworth the week before, only to lose by 8. So Chrissy was right, they're growing. They're just holding up the bottom of the ladder at the moment.
All right, a bit more improvement. We'll have to get
More improvement, but good signs. Good signs. But that's your netball ladder for 2026 as it stands at the moment.
Fantastic. That's our ladder overview. And after this break, we are joined by special guest and bona fide star, Brad Valance.
The Footy Super Show is proudly brought to you by Ray White Mildura and Chemist Warehouse Mildura.
You know, when you're selling your home, most people focus on price, but the method of sale, that's the ingredient too many overlook. And just like every dish needs a different recipe, every property needs the right approach. Auctions create energy and competition, driving urgency and strong outcomes in the right market. Private sales offer flexibility and control, ideal for certain homes or when more time is needed. And fixed date sales, they build momentum with a clear deadline, giving buyers structure and motivation to act. Each method serves a purpose. In the end, it's the right method that brings it all together.
Discover Black Milk Specialty Coffee, Mildura's first true coffee institution, pouring premium 5 Senses coffee on our Synesso MVP machine, paired with fresh creative breakfast, brunch and lunch. Black Milk Specialty Coffee, 51 Deakin Avenue, Mildura.
Welcome to the Footy Super Show. And now, here's Will and Sam.
Welcome back to the Footy Super Show, and it is that time of the show that we are joined by our very special guest, bona fide star, Premiership coach from the Imperial's Football Netball Club and current coach, Brad Valance. Brad, welcome.
Thanks, boys. Good to be here.
Are you taking one short? Are you?
No.
Lost that one.
Coach.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Yeah, we're going back to therapy sessions again. We did just talk offline about 2018. Big fella, slot one from outside 50, minute to go. Broke all the hearts. Probably cost me a 3-peat as a coach, but good to have you anyway, mate.
Yeah, it's good to be here, boys. It's a pleasure. So thanks for having me.
Timing couldn't be better.
I feel like you did this on purpose.
There's a few things that we can cover off.
Well, why is he in this week?
Because didn't you hear the rooms? They're going to be ready to go this weekend for home game in their rooms. State of the art, mate, we're hearing. It's going to be fantastic.
It's fantastic, the new rooms. The club's done an awesome job, so ready to go for this week against Merbein. So very exciting.
And the other one?
I thought you were going to talk about the game on the weekend.
Yeah, that's sort of the weekend. We'll into that segue.
Mate, what? We need a debrief. I'm picking the guests from now on. Right, we need to get our timing right.
We were with Christy last week.
You could have told me you weren't playing. I spent 8 hours planning for you, and then I find out 5 minutes before the game you're not playing.
We've got a pretty good strike rate, though, with our guests on. Because Christy was on representing the Football Netball Club last week, and last week Sharma said, you come on, you win, and you play well, and sure enough, the Chockies over the Reigning Premiers.
I'll tell you what a game this weekend, though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Maybe,
There's a bit in it. I mean, all these we were talking about it before. I find the games this week to pick a game of the round is absolutely crazy. So it's going to be some good football to watch. But mate, we want to deep dive into you. You've been a superstar of the league. Obviously, you're a Owen-born bred superstar. You played a lot of football down there. You've had premiership success there. What brought you to town, and what was the allure to come to Imperials?
Yeah, it was a hard decision, that's for sure. Ultimately, it probably come down to living in Mildura and been travelling back to Owen for several years, made it pretty tough in the end, and had a baby, and the drive down the highway got a bit too tough, and I think I was coming off an injury that season and didn't play at all in 23, and Imps reached out to me and had set up a meeting, had a bit of a chat to him, and really liked where the club was at, or the direction that club was going, and obviously with the plans to move to the new venue, and it was just an exciting opportunity, and decided to take it in the end and haven't looked back. So it's been obviously a big success so far since I've been there, but not just as a result of me, it's just a club in general. It's been a fantastic club, and they've supported me with coming in and welcomed me with open arms, and it's been a fantastic experience.
Yeah. Big success. I think he's underselling himself. went from one not at all.
Yes. And no disrespect to Matty D, because I love Matty D. He's a good mate. But donuts to a premiership. What's the reality, and what are your expectations coming into that role? Because obviously you've got to sell the vision to the club too. They obviously want you, but then you've got to be the right fit. So what's the message you're selling to them, and then what are your expectations? And then did you have a holy shit moment at the start going, this is not going to plan? And then how did it all evolve?
Well, I probably looked at the current list for a start and looked at the previous year. Obviously, I didn't win a game. So, that was going to be a concern. I thought, well, I don't want to come into a club if they're just going to, not win a game. But the way they sold it to me, and I knew where they were at, and they had a good, strong list. They've got some good quality senior players there, and they had a few good up-and-coming players as well. So I looked at the year, and the games that they all lost, they were pretty much within the game by half-time and probably three-quarter time. So I knew, it wouldn't have taken much to turn things around. Probably just needed a few key players, and we're lucky enough to get a couple of recruits that next year. So I knew that things were on the up. So that was the exciting challenge for me. And probably the message that I brought to the club was coming from Owen. We had a bit of success there. So I sort of knew, the expectations and the requirements to be a successful club. So that was probably what I wanted to bring to Imps. And so right from the get-go, the buy-in from the playing group was amazing. Right from pre-season, we had a bit of an introduction session on a boat. So we all got together on a boat and just had a few beers and a few laughs. And
Staff shirt.
Yeah, Staff sorted that one out. So thanks, Staff. And just the buy-in from the players and the training standards and the commitment was excellent. So coming into that first game against Robinvale, who were grand finalists the year before, we ended up knocking it over. So I guess from there, that was a stepping stone, and building that belief throughout the season. And as the season went on, we just kept ticking those boxes, and the sky's the limit from there. So it was awesome.
So we're talking offline before you sign a 3-year deal, bang, we win a flag. You come in second round elimination in the finals.
Yep.
And now you've probably gone back and reassessed again because the league's got better again. So now you brought in some more talent as well. So you can talk about the players you've brought in now. I suppose the third year's a free hit, really, isn't it? The club can't expect much more of you.
Well, it was good. No pressure. There's always pressure. But I think originally it was a 3-year plan. We definitely weren't expecting to win a premiership in that first year, but that you'll take them when you can get them. Absolutely, because they're that bloody hard to get. Obviously the next year, which was last year, we didn't quite get there. I think in that first year, the stars aligned. I think we had a healthy list at the right time. We had finished on top of the ladder, so we had that week off, won the first final, went straight into the grand final. So all those stars aligned perfectly for us, whereas last year they didn't. We just missed out on the double chance. We come up against, that first final was pretty tough, and then we would have had to keep win 3 more games basically to win the premiership. And as you know, Kez, that finals footy, it's a tough brand of footy, and if you're not healthy and you've got a few injuries, and anything can happen. So yeah, we probably got a few injuries. Foxy did his hammy in that final. Luke Hickey went down the first 5 minutes. So even if we did get through that final, we probably would have struggled the next week with a few of our key players out. So that was probably the big difference. So this year, hopefully, if we can stay fit and stay healthy, then we just keep ticking the boxes, and hopefully we're peaking at the right time.
Yeah, beautiful. Who do you think the sides are to watch out for this year, and where do you see the current state of the league? And, we often talk about it, how great it is it's so competitive right now. If you were to pick 2 sides that you think are going to be there at the pointy end, who are you picking now?
Mildura, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I think Sth Mildura are probably in a little bit of a situation where we were a couple of years ago. They're coming off, quite a few seasons where they haven't gone so well, and I reckon their hunger and desire is there, and they've obviously coached well by Jyden, the other Nagel boys, and they've recruited really well, and they've shown that they've started off the season really well. So they're definitely putting their hand up to be, early contenders. And I think Wentworth are going to come back hungry. I think they probably underperformed last year where they got a few injuries and missed out on finals. They were probably the team in form coming into that finals, but they just missed out. So they'll be hungry and keen to go one better, I reckon. And can never count out Irimple. Can never. They're always thereabouts.
You don't need to say that just because he's not real. Like, all right, come on.
They're always thereabouts. But probably, and obviously Robinvale, they haven't started the season very well, but we know they've got the talent there. So it's a long season. Anyone can pick back up, and if they can scrape in to make the finals, then anyone's a chance.
Now, Gedge, before we throw into your segment, the big man, Benny McGlynn, Jonah Leach, all work at the same school. Does any work get done? How much trading of secrets is going on out
Could that be the best footy program in South Asia?
Yeah, I think it's something.
Redcliffe Sports Academy. So if you don't know about it, look it up. And it's fantastic. But Benny McGlynn's been out there for a couple of years, and it was interesting leading into the grand final a couple of years ago because we worked together and we're versing each other in the grand final the next day. So we didn't speak much that week. Usually every Monday we talk footy and who played well and how he's going this week. But there wasn't much footy conversation that week.
And you were there Monday, obviously following.
No, I wasn't there Monday, but I was.
Tuesday.
Had the week off. Hey, we've got big news. We're about to roll into everybody's favourite segment. We've got quick fire questions with Sam, and big news is
huge news, mate. We do have an exciting announcement. We said something was simmering away there, but the boys down at Black Milk have politely got on board, which is absolutely fantastic. So our guest every week will just get a little coffee voucher to be able to go in and treat themselves. So, babe, we'll get that to you during the week, mate.
Sounds good.
But shout out to the boys down there.
Yep.
Beautiful coffee. Get in and see Zach Mack there in the kitchen, and they'll help you out, mate. But I say this every week. You've obviously watched the show.
I'm a bit nervous about this segment, actually. I was looking for the questions, but he wouldn't give them to me.
I see you were poking around, mate. But look, we just want the first answer that comes to your head, all right? You good to go? First player you pick every week.
Riley Burns.
Okay. Toughest opponent you've ever played on? Doesn't need to be SFNL.
Daniel Conglin.
Yes, that's fair. That's standard. He's probably the most of you, isn't he? What's your coffee order?
Just a standard cappuccino.
No sugar?
One sugar.
The old blokes always had sugars, don't they? So,
tweaking. Yep.
What's one rule in footy you'd change tomorrow if you could?
I would change for... that's a tough one.
There's got to be a big full forward rule or something where you can just manhandle a man like
something that looks after the forwards, I reckon. No. Well, is the chopping the arm still in there? I've got my arms chopped there.
I think they sent it by telegraph up here.
I've got my arms chopped there 10 times on the weekend, didn't get a free kick. So probably that one.
Welcome to the club, mate. That's fine. Pre-game ritual.
I like that. Not really. I eat the same food, and I'll try to get the same food and hydration in each week. Yep.
What's the pre-game meal?
Pre-game meal, I have eggs on toast for breakfast and then a salad roll for lunch.
Love it.
Lots of water, and I've just got on the coconut water actually. And yep. That's doing wonders actually. It's doing wonders.
Who do you bake for in the AFL?
Bombers.
That one I knew there was something to go.
Yeah, it's hard team to barry for, to be honest.
Are you gonna have dinner with any 3 people, past or present? Which 3 are we having dinner with?
I'll go Dale Stafford because I was at his house. We had our
Because he's shouting.
we had a rotating dinner Saturday night, and he cooked up a lasagna. Well, so he said, but he got it from 400 Grady apparently.
Was he at the start of the list or the end of the rotating dinner?
He was in the middle.
Oh, and I was going to say you'd have to be early because you wouldn't want to be getting the stuff too late, I reckon.
Yeah. I'd second. How many was it?
3.
3. 2 more. I would go Willow Dwyer. He's a character.
Yep.
And I'd go Riley Buntain because he's pretty funny.
Beautiful. Are you a basketball fan?
Not really.
Okay, so this might straight over the head. LeBron or Jordan fan?
I think different eras. I would go Jordan.
You okay with that?
Yeah, Bombers man, Jordan.
Yeah, no, I'll take Jordan over LeBron.
Beautiful. Last question, mate. Premiership on the line. There's 1 kick in it. Who are you getting to take the kick?
Oh, that's easy. Jaden Fox. Jady Fox.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
He doesn't miss.
No,
He doesn't
very,
miss.
very good.
That's it, mate. You survived. Well done. There are our quickfire questions brought to you by Black Milk.
Fantastic. Flawless, as always.
Wasn't bad, was it?
That's one take. Is that it?
Yeah, it's
mate.
you're flying. I do have one other question.
Here we go.
Because, as I said, Sam always accuses me of asking the boring questions. But back in our playing days, well, when I was still playing, 2017, 2018, Orange in the flag.
Yep.
There's a bit of banter going on, and I think knows where I'm going with this too. So I think 2017 Mad Monday, Nick Pezzanetti wears the full fly Pez Emirates. See ya, wrote a few of your names on the thing, on the front of the Sunny Daily.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
The return of Sir, which I found hilarious, which is the big fella here, dressed as Daniel Coughlin, riding the horse bareback down the street of Owen.
Yes.
Confirmed, deny, and what's the story behind it?
Yeah, can confirm.
That'd be the site.
I was aware of the Pezzanetti gag, so I thought I'll plan for something just in case, because obviously if we lost, we can't do it if we lost. So I actually hit up I'm not going to name a name, an Orimpal player, and I said, can I borrow your kit just in case? I might need to wear it on Monday. So we exchanged kits, and actually I don't think I give him anything, but got the kit pre-game, and turns out we got over the line. And
that's cold too.
Yeah, come Monday,
Hey, I'm just thinking of pre-game, he had the kit. He was the man that kicked the goal. It was a minute to go. He knew what was going on.
So I would have tucked it away if we had a loss, but luckily enough to get over the line, and rolled in Mad Monday with the full Orimpal kit, shorts and socks and everything. So,
yeah, you're right. Good laugh. It's good. All fair and love and more.
That is.
Hey, stick around for more of the Super Footy Show. Our guest, Brad Valance. Cheers.
The Footy Super Show is proudly brought to you by Ray White Mildura and Chemist Warehouse Mildura.
You know, when you're selling your home, most people focus on price, but the method of sale, that's the ingredient too many overlook. And just like every dish needs a different recipe, every property needs the right approach. Auctions create energy and competition, driving urgency and strong outcomes in the right market. Private sales offer flexibility and control, ideal for certain homes or when more time is needed. And fixed date sales, they build momentum with a clear deadline, giving buyers structure and motivation to act. Each method serves a purpose. In the end, it's the right method that brings it all together.
Discover Black Milk Specialty Coffee, Mildura's first true coffee institution, pouring premium 5 senses coffee on our Sth MVP machine, paired with fresh creative breakfast, brunch and lunch. Black Milk Specialty Coffee, 51 Deakin Avenue, Mildura.
Welcome to the Footy Super Show. And now, here's Will and Sam.
Welcome back to the Footy Super Show. It is time to preview the upcoming games, and we just keep feasting on what we think are the great contests, but it just keeps getting better, mate.
Oh, I'll tell you what, and you're right, we've probably said it every week. These games are awesome.
Yep.
This week may be the best one yet.
Yeah, well, straight off the top, we've got Imperials versus Merbeen.
Huge. Brad's obviously mentioned earlier, opening their new oval. There'll be plenty of height. There'll be chockers.
Yep.
And Merbeen up and about. Well and truly up and about.
Bryce Hards played twos on the weekend.
Took the absolute mickey.
So he'll come straight back in.
Yeah, well, absolutely. If he's
Well.
absolutely.
And then Lasky comes in as well, missed.
He did miss. I'm not sure on how many weeks, but obviously 2 massive wins if they come in. That'll prop them right up nicely.
Merbeen might get Tipper back for the weekend too.
Yes, potentially, which would be a huge, huge asset.
We're going to roll through our tips. We can touch on our tips a bit later, but who you tipping in that one, mate?
I'm going to go with Merbeen. I think they're going to spoil the party down there at number 3 and get the job done.
It's a coin flip. It's an absolute coin flip. And I'm going to follow the theory that whoever comes on as it gets, they tend to go well. I'm going to go Imperials.
Okay.
To get the, as you say, unveiling the new rooms. The first time they're there, they're gonna be up and about.
Yeah,
then we roll into Robin Bale versus Oyen as well. This is this is huge. This is
massive.
Yeah.
As you mentioned earlier, to think that they'd be holding up the ladder at the moment with 0-2. Yeah, a few injuries. I know Jonah didn't play on the weekend. Dodge may have finished the game with something on the weekend. So they've got a bit to work with. Oyen coming off a really good win as well. So tough.
Yeah, absolutely. And the mail I'm getting is Oyen might have another couple of players yet to unveil.
Yeah, they've got a few. So you're telling me you're tipping Oyen?
They've got a great record apparently against Robin Bale too. For Donny's sake, they're gonna have to get up. Donny can't go 3 weeks in a row with not sleeping, so I'm gonna go with Robin Bale.
I'm going Oyen then.
Audio. We're going complete opposites here this week. Kerridge, well. And then the next match we've got is the grand final replay, Irimple versus Mildura.
Huge, massive. Obviously, there are a few injuries on either side, and we obviously had a few out last week, and I know you guys are obviously batting a few injuries as well, so it probably puts us level pegging as such anyway, but it should be a great game. Yep. You guys obviously always pack it out, and we generally travel pretty well too, so looking forward to the challenge come Saturday.
I fear for Irimple on the weekend because you guys play better football on smaller grounds, I do feel. And you played very good football there last year. I saw it firsthand. Their injury list is mounting, and it's going to come to a point in time where it just punctures too much. But I know the boys they'll be priming themselves for this game, and it's not even about the grand final. It's not even about the result last year. And you can ham it up and say, we're going to come out and smack we owe them. They don't, because Mildura, you got the last right of reply. It means nothing. What it means is there's 4 points on the line. In the context of the season, this is huge. Massive. So Irimple have got to find a way to win, and the boys will bloody get it done this week. So up to Swallows.
I'm a D's, obviously, mate.
This is going to make or break one of us this week with the tips. But we've gone through those 3 games, mate. We haven't even got to our selected match of the round.
It's just when you think it couldn't get any better.
No. So Sth Mildura versus Wenty. This is an absolute cracker.
This is probably as big as it gets this time of year.
Yep.
Obviously, Anzac Day last week, and those games that are hyped up for a reason are already huge enough. But in terms of just an everyday round, South and Wenty is massive.
Well, the equation is you go to 4-0, Go to 1 and 3.
In your equation, 4-0, South are halfway there to finals.
Absolutely.
4 rounds into the season.
I think that's being generous, that 8 or 9 wins. If the season continues to go the way it's going, it could be 7 wins.
It could be. And like you mentioned, when you're even the Lendering go 2 and 2, or they start a bit wobbly, similar to last year, and potentially stare down the barrel of 1 and 3.
Right. So from South, let's take a deep dive into this game. This is going to be the game of the round. Who goes to Brander? He's in form. He looked a bit rusty week 1. He's starting to look a bit better. The touch is there now. Between him and Wade last week, they kicked 8 goals. What are your matchups? What are you doing? If you're coaching South, what are you doing? Who goes to him? Jackson's obviously going to go to one of them.
Yep.
Who goes to the big fella?
I'm sending him Montgomery.
Yeah, on there.
I think so. I think for someone that's got his experience, he's played at a high level recently. I think there's going to be, Brander's height and his ability one-on-one is generally going to challenge most blokes. But I just think Montgomery's going to have the smarts and the experience, not necessarily to match him one-on-one, but just to get himself in the right spots, put himself between Brander and the ball, and potentially just get in the way and make a nuisance. But for me, I'm probably giving him first crack. Where are you going with?
I don't know. Is it that week this week? Because I'm also hearing whispers, right?
We love a good whisper on the show.
Around town, everything travels very fast around this town. Hearing Jordan Nagle's going to be in doubt this weekend to play in this game. So for me, all right, I think there's a free Wally up to go forward and play as that third tall there, because then they could really stretch him there.
Absolutely.
Or are you asking too much of someone else then to go and play on Lane, who's in obviously fantastic goal-kicking form as well?
For me, I would certainly like Wally just to go to Lang, a bit like Montgomery to go to Brander.
Yep.
Just experience, maybe for the first half, just to nullify, because I feel like at the moment, Lang's kicking bags and South are up and about.
Yeah.
For me, Rent's dominated at one end. Obviously, if he goes to Brander, he can nullify their influence. But yeah, when he's kicking goals, they're winning games of footy. So I'm sending my best defender to their best forward.
Yep.
Straight off the bat, and I'll be reassessing at quarter time.
So who wins the midfield battle? That's because, it's going to be paramount. So inside 50 counts here. They've both got potent forward lines. It's going to be a battle of the defences who can hold up stock, but then it's going to be about who's getting the entry in from centre forward too.
Yeah. Well, I'm going with Wentworth's midfield.
Yep.
I think Cottrell's big body in there is huge. Obviously, the likes of McDonald goes through there, Carter goes through there. They've got a few more names for me that stand out, experience and whatnot. And I think if they can roll their sleeves up with Big Jenkins in the ruck and give Brander and Wade and these guys a few more looks, that'll go a long way to them winning the game.
Yeah. No, I think
where are your thoughts?
I just see this. This is Sth Mildura's most important game.
It is. In a long time too.
Yeah,
and to their credit, they put themselves in this position.
Exactly.
But this will give us a good taste, a good idea to see whether or not that they're fair income.
For me, it's a game of significance because if Jordan doesn't play, because I want to see how much confidence the rest of the team has. If you cut the head of the snake off, sometimes funny things happen. But if they come out, he doesn't play. And they just play on belief and they're going to have a red hot crack and go, well, you know what? We're not just a one-trick pony. We're a team and we're going to have a crack.
Yep.
And for that very reason, I'm going to tip South. Just to go completely different. Yeah. So someone's going to be in front by
absolutely
this weekend.
Right. I like it because at the moment, what are we? 6 and 6.
We are level pegging at the moment.
Beautiful.
So it's
beautiful.
We're going to separate them for the boys on the weekend.
I like it.
Hey, that's our show, and then going to roll into next week's show. A little bit of a tease for you.
Well, I'm hearing a word, like as I said, we love a good rumour.
I've been chasing this bloke down, and funnily enough, he's a part of the Redcliffe's football program out there. But Ben McGlynn's going to be joining us on next week's show, so it's going to be great to dive into a bit of a recap.
Yeah, we're looking forward to chatting to him. It'd be nice.
Thanks for joining us, and join us next week. We'd like to thank our friends at the Sunraysia Football Netball League, Barry Plant, and all our wonderful sponsors, Sam, at the Footy Super Show. We can't do it without you, and we'll see you again next week.
The Footy Super Show is proudly brought to you by Ray White Mildura and Chemist Warehouse Mildura.
When you're selling your home, most people focus on price, but the method of sale, that's the ingredient too many overlook. And just like every dish needs a different recipe, every property needs the right approach. Auctions create energy and competition, driving urgency and strong outcomes in the right market. Private sales offer flexibility and control, ideal for certain homes or when more time is needed. And fixed date sales, they build momentum with a clear deadline, giving buyers structure and motivation to act. Each method serves a purpose. In the end, it's the right method that brings it all together.
Discover Black Milk Specialty Coffee, Mildura's first true coffee institution, pouring premium 5 senses coffee on our Sth MVP machine, paired with fresh creative breakfast, brunch and lunch. Black Milk Specialty Coffee, 51 Deakin Avenue, Mildura.
Sun City Streaming thanks our wonderful sponsors for their generous support for our community YouTube channel and the Footy Super Show. Tesco Inland Petroleum, Ray White Mildura, Chemist Warehouse Mildura, and Fisher Developments.